Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Royal Farms Arena for tonight's MASL matchup between the visiting Milwaukee Wave and your Baltimore Blast. Right now, redirect your attention to Blast Vision. It's time to look at tonight's players to watch, brought to you by PressBox. This year, MedStar Sports Medicine is proud to be the official sponsor of the Baltimore Blast Injury Reports. Good evening once again, ladies and gentlemen. Good to have you here. Everybody ready? We're a little loud tonight. Woo! Thank you, Brian. Everybody ready to make some noise tonight for your Baltimore Blast? Let's hear ya! All right, we've got a great crowd tonight. You got to get behind your team. We need to defeat the Milwaukee Wave before we get game time underway. It's time to meet these beautiful ladies. They're the most talented and the most beautiful girls in the MASL. Please give it up for your Baltimore Blast cheerleaders. Thank you. And now it's time for our Parade of Champions. We do it each and every game. Your 8-time Baltimore Blast champion, Baltimore Blast, is proud to present our Parade of Champions, brought to you by Care First, Mary Properties, Shop Soccer, Rosedale Roofing, Advanced Radiology, and Buffalo Wild Wings. Let's get it going. New Century School. Here come the boys, All-Stars. And more of those All-Star boys coming onto the field to cheer on their Baltimore Blast in our Parade of Champions. Don't forget our Parade of Champions brought to you tonight by Mary Properties, Care First, Shop Soccer, Rosedale Roofing, Advanced Radiology, and Buffalo Wild Wings. Lots of All-Stars here with us tonight, representing youth soccer here in the state of Maryland. Here comes the Fury. Towson United in the house. Soccer Dome. Soccer Association of Columbia in the house. Pipeline Soccer Club. All part of our Parade of Champions tonight. We've got a big house here. We're going to Want to hear each and every one of you tonight cheer on your Baltimore Blast. South Baltimore Youth Soccer League. House in Town Soccer. Lots of great youth here tonight in attendance. T. Rowe Price. Old Line Football Club. Your attention, please. We do have a blue knapsack down here. If someone has lost their knapsack, we have it down here. All right, we're going to ask all of our youth to keep moving. We've got a lot of people in here tonight cheering on your Baltimore Blast in our Parade of Champions. All right, we ask everybody to keep marching down the field. Our Parade of Champions tonight brought to you by our great sponsors from Care First, Marriott Properties, Buffalo Wild Wings, Rosedale Roofing, Advanced Radiology, and Shop Soccer. T. Rowe Price, well represented in the house tonight. All right, we ask everybody to follow those beautiful cheerleaders as we get all our youth on the field here tonight as we get set for Baltimore Blast Soccer. Your Baltimore Blast taking on the Milwaukee Wave. We'd like to give it up for all the members of T. Rowe Price and their families here tonight. Well represented, the largest group here this evening. Give it up for T. Rowe Price. We'd also like to give a big shout out to another large group here tonight, Abacus. All right, let's give it up for all the members of T-Row Price and all the great youth out here, part of our Parade of Champions. And we're going to ask everybody on the field to please take a seat as we get set for tonight's opening ceremonies. Good evening once again, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Royal Farms Arena for tonight's MASL matchup between the visiting Milwaukee Wave and your Baltimore Blast. At this time, let's meet the visiting Milwaukee Wave. Starting on defense, number 2, Tenzin Rumpa. Defender, number 3, Chad Vandergriff. Starting it forward, number 4, Sean Toch. Forward, number 7, Hans Dennison. Forward, number 8, Robert Renault. Defender, number 9, Daniel Chamelet.
Here expected for the Blast. You can see on the broadcast the field lining for the Parade of Champions. There's easily 1,000 people on the field, and expected to be 9,000 or more in the crowd tonight. So one of the largest crowds the Blast have had in a long time. Of course, the arena fits about 11,000 people here in Baltimore, so almost a sellout. Not the largest crowd in MASL history, PASL history. Actually, not even close. Not in the top 40. As you remember, the 80s. Obviously a long history of large crowds. That record, Dallas Sidekicks at Tacoma Stars in 1987, a playoff game. It went to overtime, 21,720, the all-time attendance record. And then for the Blast, the largest crowd they played in front of, 19,468 against Cleveland back in the 84 playoff series that they played. But for the two teams here on the field, they're going to have to play in front of this crowd. And as you mentioned earlier, 3 games for these two teams so far this year. And both times the Wave came out and won against the Blast. The first game here in Baltimore, 4-3 game. Milwaukee got off to an early lead. Baltimore came back, made it interesting in the fourth quarter. Guy within one, had the sixth attacker on, unable to finish. The second game last week, the Blacks were on the back end of a back-to-back road trip, and the Wave came out, really just played about as good a game as you can play. Absolutely dominated the Blast, 7-2 the final there. Now here for tonight's game, it's going to be a different story because the Wave are going to be coming off, as you mentioned, playing last night in Syracuse. They're going to be in the back end of a road trip on 2 games in 2 nights for them. So the Blast, the rested team tonight, and they'll get the opportunity to return the favor to Milwaukee.
A little bit of gamesmanship as well for Milwaukee here in this one. Really didn't announce a starting goalkeeper. They said they were going to warm both guys up and see who would go here tonight. And we'll see if we can get that information.
And both goalies in uniform down on the field, both stretching and both warming up. We still don't know who that starter's going to be.
Well, the Wave just on an incredible run right now. They've won 7 straight. Of course, everyone that follows the MASL knows about the 2 big guns for Milwaukee. And we're talking about Ian Bennett, who scored an absolutely ridiculous 45 goals on the season. He's also chipped in with 10 assists as well. And his running mate, Max Ferdinand, on that line, 15 goals and 28 assists. Those 28 assists lead the Major Arena Soccer League this season. They call it the IBM line for the Milwaukee Wave. And they have been incredibly productive for the Wave. But, to me, there's some other guys that have really stepped up and I think made the difference for the Milwaukee Wave. One guy that stands out to me, Robert Renaud, who is just coming on and having a great season right now for the Wave. 16 goals, 9 assists, and Renaud had a goal in that game here in Baltimore in the second game of the season, and then he just torched the Blast in Milwaukee. 3 goals and an assist. I believe it was those first 4 goals of the game. He had those 3 goals and an assist on in the 7-2 victory. And another player for Milwaukee, Drew Ruggles, who the Blast know very well, the former Blast defender, scored a goal in that 7-2 Wave win as well. And it was a missile as Ruggles left-footed, hit it with the right foot from above the arc and froze William Vanzella. William had no chance on that goal as he put it up off the bar and in. And it was all Milwaukee in that game last week. So we'll see what happens here tonight. Of course, a storied history, no question about it. The Blast winning 2 championships against Milwaukee in the early 2000s. The Wave returning the favor in the early 2010s against the Blast. The Blast also went through Milwaukee.
Another save! Chance now! Towards the goal and Williams! There it is. He scores! Baltimore wins the game! Williams makes the play! 3-0 Missouri. Oh! No! It's in there! It's over! Oh, the great save! It's in the net! Watch, it's in there! Look at this, Levy with a shot, scores! 7-4. is the final.
Botayú busca el disparo. Bien la tapada por parte de Mancera. Bien disparo una vez más. Postgame francés. Rocky con la pelota. Obasi, el gol. Gol de Baltimore. Arranca la muerte súbita. El tiempo de muerte súbita son 10 minutos. Pero realmente se va a jugar hasta que alguien anote gol. Pase lo que pase. Viene Henry con la pelota. Recordemos que haciendo la corrección. Pero ahora está jugando con un jugador menos porque el tiempo extra nuevo se mantiene como si fuera este partido, por eso que la suspensión sigue siendo igual para el equipo de Baltimore. ¡Dispara el gol! ¡Gol! Y el Baltimore Blast es campeón de la Major Arena Soccer League.
Here comes the ready or not. Here comes the boys from the south. Here comes the ready or not. How you like me now? I say, here comes the boom, ready or not. Here comes the boys from the south. Boom, here comes the boom, ready or not. How you like me now?
Baltimore! Are you ready for Baltimore? It's time to meet your 2017 Baltimore Blast. Starting in goal this evening, number 0, William Van Stella. Forward, number 4, Andrew Huxley. Defender, number 6, Josh Hughes. Forward, number 8, Lucas Roque. Starting on defense, number 9, Pat Healy. Starting in midfield, your Blast captain, number 11, Tony Donatelli. Defender, number 12, Adriano Dos Santos. Defender, number 13, Jeremy Freely. Defender, number 17, Jamie Thomas. Starting it forward, number 22, Juwan Herrera. Midfielder, number 23, Jonathan Mello. Starting on defense, number 26, Elton D. Oliveira. Starting it forward, number 28, Vinny Dantas. Defender, number 78, Nelson Santana. Midfielder, number 80, Gaetan Caltabiano. And now your Blast coaches, the assistant coach of your Baltimore Blast, David Paxco. And the head coach of your 8-time champion Baltimore Blast, Danny Kelly. There they are, Blast fans, your 2017 Baltimore Blast. Ladies and gentlemen, this time we ask you to please rise for the singing of America the Beautiful, performed tonight by the Stemmers Run Middle School Chorus, and the playing of God Bless America, performed tonight by the Stemmers Run Middle School Band.
Skies, forever waves of grain, for purple mountains, majesties above the fruited plain.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, please remain standing. And gentlemen, remove your hats as we honor America with the playing of our national anthem, performed tonight by the Monsignor Slade Catholic School Band. How about a nice round of applause for all three of our groups tonight? The Stemmers Run Middle School Chorus, the Stemmers Run Middle School Band, and the Monsignor Slade Catholic School Band. Great job. We direct your attention to Blast Vision. It's time for the keys to tonight's game. Brought to you by Webb Mason. Once again, we direct your attention to Blast Vision. It's time for tonight's starting lineups. Brought to you by Rosedale Roofing. Starting on defense, number 9, Pat Healy. On defense, number 26, Elton D. Oliveira. Starting at midfield, number 11, Tony Donatelli. Starting at forward, number 28, Vinny Dantas. Starting at forward, number 22, Joan Pereira. And starting in goal this evening, number 0, William Van Zella.
See if the Blast can figure out a way to get a win over the Wave here tonight in front of this amazing crowd here in Baltimore.
And this is a tremendously important game for both teams. For Baltimore, they have a 3-game lead with 5 games left to play after tonight. Obviously, the top 2 teams get in. So Blast feeling relatively confident, especially with the fact that one of the teams tied, there's 3 teams tied for second place in the East. One of those teams, Syracuse, the Blast play their next 3 games against Syracuse. So they pretty much control their destiny against Syracuse. But if you're Milwaukee and you're on the other end, you're in a 4-team heat for 2 playoff spots. 3 of those teams, probably 3 of the best teams in the league, in Cedar Rapids, Missouri, or Kansas City now, and Milwaukee. So for Milwaukee, this is a crucial game for them coming off the back end. If they can pick up a win here, steal a win on the road against this Blast team, that's tremendous for them. For the Blast, this is about building confidence in a playoff race. They're not used to being in a situation where they lose a home game and then they go on the road and lose 7-2. They need some confidence against this Milwaukee team to be able to say, we're still the Blast team that we've been in the last couple of years, and we're still that championship caliber. And especially playing in this kind of environment, I'd be shocked if the Blast don't come out strong and really try and make a statement against Milwaukee.
All right, you see in midfield, Kevin Healy, general manager of the Blast, the big brothers, big sisters of Greater Chesapeake, $25,000. It's not bad.
No,
Nice
Care
job
First-
by the Blast there.
Care First, Blue Cross and Blue Shield doing their Sage for Kids program, and just a wonderful charity. It's a Big Brothers Big Sisters, and the fantastic folks at Care First, and everybody that works in the sponsorship department there, and everything that they do to make this city a better place. Obviously, fantastic thing. And $25,000. How about that?
Wade getting their final instructions.
Looks like it's going to be.
Yeah, let's do our. We can now do our goalkeeper matchup, Andrew. As for the Blast, William Vanzella in goal. Vanzella 9-5 on the season, 3.33 goals against average, 691 save percentage. And for Milwaukee, at least to start the game, we'll see Rafael Diaz, the Milwaukee keeper, 2-3 on the season, 5.70 goals against average, and a 569 save percentage for Rafael Diaz.
So Lemos, the goalie, Lemos, the goalie sitting on the bench, fourth in the MASL with a 5.03 goals against average, but he did play last night. So they, the Wave said that they would go ahead and do check-in warm-ups and see who felt better, and it looks like Diaz is the guy that they're going to go with.
And we talked about the Blast starters for Milwaukee. It's Ruggles and Rampa in the back. Ian Bennett and Max Ferdinand will start up front along Sean Tosh. See our ceremonial kick there for the Blast.
Guy there from the Big Brothers Big Sisters program there.
We talked about Milwaukee's role players and kind of the guys that have supported Ian Bennett and Max Ferdinand. Well, how about the Blast? You know, you look, I want to see tonight what kind of impact Pat Healy and Lucas Roque have on this game. Roque will be playing in his 6th game back since he returned to the team at the first of the year. He's got 3 goals on the season, and Pat Healy playing in game number 8 since his return from retirement in late December. And, you know, these guys starting to get back into the fold, starting to learn their teammates again, and we'll see how they are progressing. I think this is a good test for them and see how they impact this game tonight. And don't forget about number 12 for the Blast, Adriano Dos Santos, in a game that I expect to be pretty physical tonight, Andrew. Dos Santos is that guy that loves to get the dirty work done along the boards and in the corners, and we'll see what kind of impact he has tonight as well.
He and Pereira are certainly the two scrappers, not afraid to stick their nose in, and every team needs those guys, and Pereira and Dos Santos bring that for the Blast.
Milwaukee will kick the ball off and expect the Blast to pressure and want to put as much pressure as they can on the Milwaukee keeper, whoever it is. Ball played into the Blast end, and Elton plays it off the boards. It stays in, and Ruggles will play it back for his keeper.
They got a lucky break there, as I think that hit the crossbar, the support over top, and probably should have been a top of the arc restart. But
almost a takeaway by Elton, but Ferdinand recovered. It possibly could have been a foul there all in match, but they said play on. That would have been a straight shot on goal for Elton there if he could have kept his feet.
So both teams catching breaks early.
That's a nice ball by Diaz. Good defense there by Healy. Milwaukee recovers, though. They'll possess. On with the foot of Ferdinand.
Well, we usually see when we see teams play on that back end of the road trip, the 2 games in 2 nights, you'll see them usually have a lot of energy early on and match the energy of the Blast. But then what you'll start to see is those legs start to fail them. Milwaukee living up to that right now, coming out with a real fast start, flying around on the field.
Good steal by Healy as he stopped Bennett from going towards goal.
Smart play by Pat there as he realized he poked it away and knew he could chase it, but he wasn't going to win it. So save that energy and save that run there, knowing he just made a good defensive play but couldn't turn it into offense.
Steal by Pereira, and Donatelli touches it back for Healy. The Blast will try to bring it out of their own end. Milwaukee did a great job here in November of pressuring the Blast and creating turnovers and really beating the Blast at their own game. Again, the ball stays in play momentarily. It hit that stanchion and then took a backwards hop off the floor and went out of play. Manzella way off the line, and that one kicked out of play.
There's not too many empty seats tonight.
Eder Nelson there, and it'll be Milwaukee's ball. Yeah, I mean, I hear what you're saying, Andrew. There's no empty seats down there tonight.
Luckily, there hit somebody in the shoulder, it looked like, and nobody injured, but that ball came up
Well,
right.
you got to pay attention. And, I know we probably have a lot of new fans here tonight, too. We got to be aware of where the ball is and what's going on the field at all times.
Bad luck there for Hughes as he got to the ball and tried to make it and just pushed it out a little too far in a settle. Otherwise, he would have had a chance to turn on that.
Good strong play by Hain to win the ball and give Milwaukee a chance. Quick shot, but Van Zella comes way out to make that play, and William fired up to start this one.
I was talking to him earlier in the week, and he said this is why you play the game. They want to be out here in front of crowds like this. It's fun for the team. It's why they do this. And a lot of these guys come from, especially William, playing down in front of national team squads in Brazil and being down there in front of crowds like that. He enjoys this energy. He feeds off of it.
Steal for the Blast. And looks like Jamie Thomas down there goes down hard. Oh, check that. That's Rayleigh. Jeremy Rayleigh, fouled by Rampa. And the Blast will control. Again, Van Zella well off his line. Plays it in for Hoxie. Good D by Rampa. Ball off of Rampa. They're going to say Blast ball.
It was inside, and that'll be, yes, there you go. Good job by the officials there, as that should be a top of the arc restart there.
Off of Milwaukee inside the yellow line. If you're watching us for the first time, you cannot play the ball out of play from inside your own end defensively. And if it doesn't touch anything, goes clear out of play, it's a restart, top of the arc.
Baltimore's
Quickly, timeout Blast. Right away here with 3 minutes into this game, Danny Kelly wants to make sure he sets this up and wants to make sure he gets a quick start here.
And that gives us a great chance to talk about some of the fantastic sponsors that bring you the Baltimore Blast. Advanced Radiology is proud to be the official medical imaging provider of the Baltimore Blast. When you need fast, accurate results, trust the team of experts at Advanced Radiology. Visit advancedradiology.com for a location near you. Henderson Webb is the official apartment provider of the Baltimore Blast. If you need an apartment, we offer studio, 1, 2, and 3 bedroom apartments.
You can't predict the market, but at T. Rowe Price, we can help guide your investments through good times and bad. For over 75 years, our clients have relied on us to bring our best thinking to their investments. So in a variety of market conditions, you can feel confident in our experience. Call a T. Rowe Price retirement specialist or your advisor to see how we can help make the most of your retirement savings. T. Rowe Price. Invest with confidence.
And finally, Blast Soccer brought to you by Mr. Tire. Mr. Tire, they care about you and your vehicle and will beat any competitor's total price by 5%. Visit MrTire.com today.
All right, Blast back out on the field. Let's set it up for you. Donatelli, Dantas, Healy, Mello, and Roque for the Blast. Let's see what Coach Kelly's drawn up here.
Interesting, you talked about the veteran moves early on in the gamesmanship. Pat Healy pulled everybody off the ball. The Blast went to step up. Pat didn't want to give Milwaukee any more chance to see the offensive play, so he pulled them off until Milwaukee was ready defensively.
Mello, Donatelli, back heel, Dantas. Ball deflected by Ferdinand and right into the hands of Diaz. Blast get back. But Tosh will control momentarily, though, taken away. Good read by Vandergriff for Milwaukee, and he'll play it back for Rampa. Again, Blast with the pressure, but so far, Diaz has handled it well.
Switch there to bring on Caltabiano and get fresh legs on Max Ferdinand, trying to get the pressure.
Gaetan will match up now, and pressure. He'll have to get back now and chase Max with some time and space. Picked up by Donatelli in the offensive end.
You think Max has a little practice beating this press?
Oh, no
done
question.
A couple times in practice.
Well, look, I mean, I'm sure Max probably playing a little harder tonight, too, when he's playing his former team.
I'll tell you what, we talked about this last time Milwaukee came here, that 4-3 game back in November. That was one of the best games I've seen Max play in years. Just looks more speedy, athletic, just, bringing the energy in here. Not that he became a bad player, just back to his former form when he was clearly one of the best players in this league, and he's back to that level now.
Last week, the Wave, they beat the Rampage 13-4. Ian Bennett had 6 goals, and Max had 6 assists in that game, and the Wave scored 6 sixth attacker against goals as the Rampage fell behind 9-2 and we're trying to chase. And it got ugly in that game.
Well, you talked about earlier, Paul, before we got on the air, a little bit of interesting strategy in that game as well to start off the game from Cedar Rapids, right?
Yeah, they played with the sixth attacker to start the game for the first 4 minutes before they brought their keeper on. And ironically, neither team scored during that period.
They scored six attacker goals, but not when the game started.
Oh, big defensive play there by the Blast. It looked like Vanzella was beaten, but it was Jamie Thomas off his line.
The Blast goal, or the Wave don't have a goaltender. The Blast didn't see it.
Yeah, Diaz was slow to get up as he got into a collision and was slow to get back, and we'll see if he's 100%.
He's holding his left knee.
Here's Hoxie now, chance. Andrew turns, good feet away from the double team. Now Thomas will settle for the Blast. First real possession we've seen for the Blast here in quite a bit.
Diaz is still hurt, grimacing, grabbing that leg.
Elton
He's not comfortable.
plays it into the corner. Ball run down by Matos. Good support by Dos Santos. Now play back for Vanzella. Good challenge there by Eder Nelson, but Dos Santos won that battle. Ball into the corner. Adriano again. Blast will set up shop.
He said with Juwan and Elton on the back line.
Pereira's drive, that's blocked. More good defense, this time by Matos.
When your shot gets deflected and hits somebody in the stomach and takes him down, that's a hard shot.
Yeah, those are quite literally body blows. De Oliveira for Roque. Matched up with Ruggles.
Nelson
now Bennett can't get the steal. Chance for the Blast. Elton. Donatelli. Good ball around the double team. Dos Santos. Roque can't control. Good step in by Donatelli. Oh, good read by Ruggles.
Great play by Ruggles there to get in front of Lucas Roque.
Bennett tried to back it up. Good pressure by the Blast, but Bennett was able to win it and draw the foul.
De Oliveira tried to run through there and it kept going and took out Bennett as he tried to run through, foul off the ball.
You see Diaz again, still laboring. See if the Blast continue to pressure because he does not look 100% at all.
Interesting they're not going and pushing him on the ball right now.
Dos Santos was stripped in the corner, and good job by Shamale. Here's Ruggles. Really has done a nice job, Drew Ruggles, defensively for Milwaukee.
Paul, if you're looking to refinance or buy a home, call Fremont Mortgage Funding. Your loan is handled here in Baltimore and not out of state. Don't make a 30-year mistake by choosing the wrong lender. Fremont Mortgage Funding is proud to back the Blast. That's why Fremont is on their uniform bag. When you're ready to buy or refinance your home, Fremont is ready to back you too. Call 800-955-8508 for a free analysis. Don't make a 30-year mistake by choosing the wrong lender.
Andre Hain plays it into the corner. Comes around the turn, and it's easy play for Vanzella. Now it's Milwaukee's turn to pressure. Give and go here for Dos Santos. Adriano fouled as he distributed the ball. Free kick for the Blast.
Shamale will pick up that foul.
Free kick Blast. Fans for over 50 years, Roosevelt Roofing has proudly served the Baltimore region, making a big impact.
Looking for great lunch specials? Go to B-Dubs for the fast break lunch with specials starting at just $6.79 only at your local B-Dubs. Wing, beer, sports, you have to be here. That's Buffalo Wild Wings.
Blast with some good one-touch soccer as the Wave continue to pressure. Good ball for Datas. Vinny, one-on-one battle with Vandegrift. Healy. Now Coltabiano. Rayleigh now for the Blast. Healy into the corner for Dantas. Good position here for Vinny. Good touch in front. Coltabiano ran by, but just a step out of his reach. Blast will have to retreat. Vanzella, good touch. Healy with a nice turn. Now Pereira. Jawan with some speed. Still coming with the ball. Nice job by Jawan. Can he get the ball away from the double team? No. Shamale wins that one. Good step in by Dos Santos. Double team on Renault. And Renault with a good battle. And finally, it's like Dos Santos got the elbow up on Renault. Renault goes down, and it's a foul on the blast. Dos Santos picks this one up, and Renault is still down.
It looked like Renault caught an elbow from Dos Santos. So they called the foul on Rayleigh.
Well, they're going to call that on Rayleigh and not Dos Santos.
I think the elbow they might rule as inadvertent, and it looks like they called a trip on.
And the referee is going to give Renault a chance to get up and compose himself.
I think the foul is what hurt him. It looked like the inadvertent elbow, but either way, he's up and moving around, and he's going to come right off.
Diaz gives this one away. Long ball for Hoxie. Eludes his head.
I think he touched it just enough to avoid the 3-line. He didn't get any hard play on it.
Chance for Dos Santos, a shot that's saved by Diaz. The best save of the game so far. Dos Santos with a good settle. And Diaz was up to the challenge. Loose ball in the midfield again, and good hustle by Milwaukee to win that one. Man behind the defense, but off the boards in the turn and right to Vanzella, so no damage done there. Milwaukee couldn't connect on that long pass. Josh Hughes keeps it alive. Ball for Healy, tries to keep it in play. He keeps it in play, but really had nowhere to go with that one. He's just trying to keep it alive so it didn't go out of play and give Milwaukee a restart.
Saved my life as well.
Good touch by Hughes. Now Roque on the boards. Good feed for Donatelli. Healy off the boards, hits that turn, comes up high in the air. Now Ferdinand runs it down for Milwaukee, and a chance for the Wave 4-on-4. Ferdinand, good seal off there, and Healy knocks it away momentarily. This shot goes wide. Rebound, and Healy able to clear that one off the line.
Great save by Healy there as he played goal next to William Vanzella.
Now great turn by Ruggles to keep the ball away from Roque, allow his team to change and keep possession. Well done that time by Ruggles. One of those little plays that maybe won't show up in the stats column, but it's a pretty big play in the flow of the game. Matos now. Back for Ruggles. And now Milwaukee will settle play. Still looking for our first tally of the game, nearly 12 minutes in. Good turn here for the Wave. It's loose, shot, save, Vanzella. Oh, William Sharp there. So William answers Diaz's save.
William, two big ones now. So he had the other one where he broke out in front early and took it off his chest, and he's definitely feeling the emotion. For over 50 years, Rosedale Roofing has proudly served the Baltimore region, making a big impact in our community. Honesty and service is what you can expect every time with Rosedale Roofing. Visit us online at rosedaleroofing.com. Blast Soccer also brought to you by Centric Business Systems, the Mid-Atlantic leader in document management technology. Visit us at www.centricbiz.com.
Here's a replay of that Dos Santos opportunity. Good physical play, and wow, great save by Diaz. And then here's Vanzella on the other end as he comes through and gets there. Great technical save by William. It's a goalkeeper's game right now, early on. Pereira for Dantas. Vinny holds. Dos Santos. And Adriano onto the stage.
He had a good clear line to the goal there, and he had some opportunity where he was shooting it towards. Just got underneath it a little bit and skied it.
So a goalkeeper distribution for Diaz. Dos Santos steps in and heads it out of play. Pretty much what we expected here in this first quarter. Both teams have played well. Both keepers have played well. And so far, low-scoring game. in Milwaukee, the Blast actually scored the first goal of that game last week, and then it was 7 straight. Oh, Diaz saves the day. Hoxie with the steal. Diaz in no man's land, and somehow got a foot on this as the ball was headed into the Milwaukee end. Who knows? Andrew, did you get a good look on whether that was going to be on goal or not?
Yeah, it definitely would have been. It was right in front. And actually, the deflection was about 6 inches from not hitting the glass there and hitting me square in the face. So
Ferdinand makes the turn. Great ball here in front. Goes wide. Rebound in front. And Bennett with a little half volley, but Van Zella able to recover on that one. Not too much pace on that one from Ian Bennett.
Both teams switch out their 5s.
Hoxie now. Double teamed, and Shamali takes it away. Again, Milwaukee on the counter. Here's Bennett with a chance. Trying to work on Dos Santos. Good hustle back by Thomas. Breaks that up, and the Blast right now doing a good job on Bennett and Ferdinand as they come into the offensive end. Vandegrift for Milwaukee. Vandegrift 4 goals and 3 assists on the year. But his work in the defensive end has been huge for the Wave. Thomas with a clear. And Vandegrift, check that. That was Tosh that made that play. Looked like Donatelli had a step, but Tosh able to step in and steal it away in the midfield.
And Paul, it's 1 minute left in the quarter, which means in the first quarter, it's the Subway Magic Minute. So if the Blast score here in the Magic Minute, they're going to give away 9,000 subs. Subway not rooting for the Blast goal right now.
Goalkeeper distribution, Blast.
Goalkeeper distribution as the Wave put it into the crowd.
Do you think when Subway signed up for that sponsorship, they knew we were doing it in a game there was going to be 9,000 people?
I would say yes. I would say yes. The more people, the better.
There you go.
You're trying to drive people to your restaurant.
Now, did we get subs?
I think so. We're in the crowd, right? I don't know. I'll have to check on that. Ruggles intercepts the distribution from Van Zella, heads it out of play. Blast have it, 22 seconds left.
A chance of Subway ringing out.
Blast still have time, 10 seconds. Dos Santos with a drive. I think that Diaz got a finger on that. It hit the frame and was just high.
Diaz 6 inches away from the goal and 6 inches away from Subway subs.
And that's how the quarter ends. Diaz ruins the fans' hopes of a free sub. And we are scoreless as we head to quarter number 2. Back with more action after the break. Blast and Wave. Welcome back to Royal Farms Arena. Paul Mittermeier, Andrew Primrose with you tonight. Gary Stein on assignment. He's on a pretty cool assignment.
Is that what we call it?
I guess, yeah, on assignment. He's in some city in Texas this weekend, you know?
Talking.
Blast and Wave scoreless in that first quarter, but both teams had some chances. Diaz and Vanzella matched save for save in that first quarter. Blast outshot in that corner 5-2 by the Wave. And we look for our first goal of the game.
Blast Soccer brought to you by Pressbox, Maryland's leading sports media company for all your local sports news any way you want it. Just check out PressBoxOnline.com today. Blast Soccer also brought to you by Lido's Pizza. Lido's Pizza is square because Lido Pizza never cuts corners. Blast win tonight. We'll give you a free topping tomorrow. Just bring in your game ticket to any Lido Pizza in the Baltimore area.
Blast drive it into the Milwaukee end to start the quarter, and the Wave headed back for their keeper. More pressure by the Blast. Nice little step through by Diaz to alleviate the pressure, and here come the Wave.
Not showing any ill effects of the knee tweak that he had earlier.
Yeah, he looks okay now. You know, probably one of those deals where you just have to walk it off.
Yeah, it looked like it was bone, not muscle. He banged into it, and I think that's what happened. It was collision.
Probably feel it later tonight.
Yeah.
But probably be okay as long as the adrenaline's flowing here in the game.
Well, and the Blast, seeing the unusual circumstances of back-to-back games the Blast have played, the teams have brought two goalies and dressed two goalies. Unusual for this league to see that. So even if somebody goes down, the backup goalie dressed and ready to go.
Okay, tried to thread the needle ahead for Healy, who was behind the defense, but the Wave recovered. Good play defensively. And Wave have been technically sound here tonight.
Confusion on the Wave bench. There's a substitution. They were playing with only 4 on the redistribution. Bench started screaming to get somebody out there, and the 5th guy.
Diaz well off his line here for the first time tonight. Tosh exchanges passes with him, and Blast will continue to pressure. It's Roque up front, along with Dos Santos.
For the fans that tuned in last week to the Blast broadcast and heard us talk about why don't teams pressure early and high, and we talked about being able to break that pressure and the Blast being able to hold that, you're seeing a Milwaukee team that can handle that pressure and is completely comfortable with that against them. And that's the level of talent that the Blast are playing against tonight. Is they're a team that they're not going to out-scheme. They're going to have to out-soccer them tonight.
Shamali back for Diaz. And Diaz mishits this one. Goes over the glass, and it'll be a free kick for Baltimore.
Blast fans, care first. Blue Cross and Blue Shield is committed to the health of our community and especially the health of our children. That's why Care First Blue Cross Blue Shield is proud to sponsor Saves for Kids with the Baltimore Blast. For every save made by a Blast goalie this season, Care First will donate $20 to Big Brothers Big Sisters of the Chesapeake. The goal is to reach $20,000 by the end of the season. Thank you to Care First Cross and Blue Shield for the Saves for Kids program. And as we saw in the pregame, that have exceeded that $20,000 goal, presented a $20,000 or $25,000 check earlier this evening.
Dos Santos and Vanzella exchange passes, and now here's Hoxie in the offensive end. Picked up by Ruggles.
Foul.
Physical battle there. The referee lets him play.
Ruggles is screaming, and I'm not sure why. The referee called play on and allowed because Hoxie won possession over in the boards there, and it called the play on, and then both players came out upset about that. Not really sure why.
Hoxie
Ruggles
turns. That's blocked. Healy with a nice run on. Hoxie can't control. It's loose. Blast by Healy, blocked up front. And all the way back into the Baltimore end. And Caltabiano forced to save it. Now, chance for the Blast 2-on-1. Bad change for Milwaukee. Raley's shot, that's blocked. Donatelli keeps it alive. The Blast can't take advantage. Milwaukee was late, made a bad change. Raley was open, but couldn't convert on the 2-on-1. Here's a steal. Hoxie, shot, and a goal! Andrew Hoxie cashes in, and the Blast are on the board.
To kiss the mustache goal as he goes up and flicks the stash. Listen to this place, man. This crowd is wild.
Here's the replay, 3:49 of the second, as Hoxie picks the Milwaukee defender's pocket, and Diaz had no chance. Unassisted, 3:49 the time of the goal.
I just explained how Milwaukee was so good at handling blast pressure, so obviously they had to see that break down as Andrew Hoxie, great job catching the wave deep in their own end, forces the turnover and gets the goal. Nice finish there, too, as the goaltender coming back in there. Diaz almost made the save. Hoxie with a strong finish from that close.
Probably would have been the save of the year. Foul here as Tosh ran into Vanzella as he was parrying the ball out. For Hoxie, that's goal number 10 of the season. And he opens the account for the Blast.
Tosh, a big boy. That's not a small collision there for William Vanzella, who's decent size himself, but Tosh, that's a big boy to get in your way.
Well, you talked about it, Andrew. Milwaukee had done such a good job of handling the pressure, and that time they didn't. And that's a dangerous pass by Vanzella on distribution. It was almost a three-line pass.
Wait, what?
I say deflected off of Baltimore. Well, look.
Yeah, it should have been a three-line pass. You're right. Yes.
If Milwaukee plays that, right, it's a three-line violation.
Right. You're right. Yep.
So they're going to say off the blast and Milwaukee ball.
Whatever way that's called there, either way it results in Milwaukee having the ball. So
good chance here for the Wave. Let's see if they can answer. Tosh in the corner. Double team. Good job by the Blast as Tosh split through the double team. And we saw that play in Milwaukee where I believe it was Renault in Milwaukee that split the double team and was able to come in and score a goal against the Blast. The Blast handled that much better that time. And here's a mistake by Diaz, a three-line violation. So restart for the Blast at the Milwaukee yellow line.
You talked about Pat getting back in the flow of things and remembering where he was and being that leader and that player. And they're just a perfect veteran play as he knew exactly what was happening, recognized it, and moved out of the way. He could have avoided that three-line pass if he played it, instead let it go through and earn the penalty.
Off the boards in front, and now a run out for the Wave. Here comes Bennett down the wing with tremendous speed. Bennett with the shot off of Healy and in the back of the net. So the Bennett speed pays dividends for the Wave. Vanzella made the save, but off of Healy and into the back of the net, and we're all tied one apiece.
Unlucky break for the Blast there as William Vanzella made the save. Pat Healy coming down at full speed tried to slide down to avoid the contact, and unfortunately the ball just bounced on Pat Healy's stomach and he carried it into the goal with his momentum. Just bad luck there for the Blast as William made the save, and ordinarily if the player hadn't been there it would have been fine, but because it carried in, that's just a bad break.
You see the replay. Great save by Vanzella and just unlucky as Healy, nothing he could do. 1 minute and 8 seconds after the Blast goal, Milwaukee answers.
Juwan learned the hard way last week that behind that goal is nothing but a hard metal post, and if you come in there full speed, you're going to get hurt. So Pat had to go to the ground to try and slow down his attack and just carry the ball in, unfortunately. Bad luck.
Yeah, tough break for the Blast, and that was really all started. Here's a chance. Caltabiano with a shot that's wide. Donatelli runs on. Oh. Good defense by Renault.
Ruggles with a nice tip away there as that ball went almost squirted through after Donatelli made his try to poke it through.
And that goal by Milwaukee, it all started. Blast took a shot off the boards by Healy, and the ball came out high. And it was just a matter of just tough break. The ball got by everybody, and Bennett, right place, right time, off to the races.
Incredible speed by Bennett. There's a reason as good as he's been for as long as he's been, and that's just sheer athleticism and ability, and he just outran everybody. Hughes gave a great run there trying to make the defense and forced the shot at a tough angle, giving William a chance to make a save. But
46th goal of the season for Bennett.
He's done that once or twice this year.
Yeah. Oh, good ball here for Renault. Shot! Save Vanzella.
So they're going to call a blue card behind the play, but they didn't get the blue card out until after the shot was taken. I guess they gave advantage and then called the foul.
Well, this is going to be on the Blast, so sixth attacker on momentarily for Milwaukee.
The sixth attacker doesn't have to be wearing a...
I thought I guess not on the delayed penalty. And Blast will touch, and we'll have the call. Looks like it's going to be on Joan Pereira for the Blast.
I think there's going to be a foul in Milwaukee as well. So they're saying delayed blue, there's going to be foul, but Tony Donatelli wants to speak about that.
Well, Pereira's in the box.
Hold on, I'm trying to listen here because the official is saying it's delayed. Okay, so he's saying because all right, that's a good explanation by the referee there. Because the Blast, it was a delayed penalty, so if the Blast got possession, they would automatically not have, the ball would stop, the play would stop. So if they touch the ball, the play would stop. So there's no need for Milwaukee to have an identified goalie because there's no way for the goalie to make a play on the ball with his hands.
Correct.
Good job by the officials there.
Unless Milwaukee hit it into their own end. Good save by Vanzella as the penalty begins. First 15 seconds, and Dos Santos with a nice volley up ahead for Mello. Jonathan into the corner. Does a nice job battling and ragging some penalty time. And the Blast have killed off the first 30. Donatelli, Mello, Dos Santos, and Healy on the floor for the Blast. Bad pass here. Blast control. Wave step in for the steal. Milwaukee really hasn't had time to set up shop yet. Blast penalty killer's very aggressive now. 2-on-1. Renault's shot deflected by Vanzella out through the other side.
Coach and Dos Santos, as he was unhappy that Tosh was left alone in that corner.
Oh, Milwaukee able to kick it away before Vanzella could control, and wow, shot and a goal. Man, what a rocket by Matos. And Milwaukee leads 2-1.
It's a great shot. It would have been a three-point goal in the old MISL. MASL. That's just a great shot. It was just beautiful. It moved, caught the post. It was arcing down. It jumped right over top Williams' hands. He was in great position. And you see here, it just kicks down off the post into the back of the net.
Well, it all started. It looked like Vanzella was going to be able to pick the ball up off the turn, but the Wave were heads up and kept it alive. And that whole sequence, that play by the Wave down low, kept it alive, and that's what set Matos up for the goal.
Officials timeout only in the field, and that gives us a chance to tell you about DNN Sign.
Don, there's some unbelievable inventory here.
Jack, you're right. We have the nicest cars in the area. Most people don't know how much the banks have loosened up. Financing is easier than ever. No money down, bankruptcies, previous repossessions. It's easy. We put everybody in a car, everybody rides at Antwerpen Automotive.
Now at Antwerpen Automotive, pre-owned vehicles starting at $59.95. Low miles, easy financing, and a huge selection. Located just off 95 on the corner of Route 32 and 108.
Yes.
Blast will have to regroup now.
Big minutes here for Josh Hughes in a pressure situation. You see Jeremy Raley and Josh Hughes out there, two younger guys. Hughes, the last home game, really showed a lot to the Blast, and he's getting the reward here, playing in a tough game, down one, and he's going to be out on the field when the Blast needs points to answer.
For Matos, as the ball goes out of play, Matos' 7th goal of the season, and a rarity in the MASL. That's the 3rd goal of the game, and all 3 goals have been unassisted.
So interesting there. Milwaukee thought that should have been a goalkeeper distribution, and where that went out.
Wow. Donatelli fouled, no call, and they said play on, but then Milwaukee won the ball, and they didn't blow the whistle.
There was no one close from Baltimore. I'm not sure what I missed that. It was clearly a play on, but there was only Milwaukee players near the ball.
Good distribution for Raley. Blast are able to beat the pressure from the Wave. Okay with the back heel, but over the glass. And This will be a kick in for Milwaukee.
It's 2 balls now that have gone over that glass by no more than 4 or 5 inches.
Give away by Diaz. Roque steps over, shoots, scores! Lucas Roque from long range ties it at 2.
There's a blue card that's been called as well, and I guess that'll be waved off. So behind the ball, a blue card was called on Milwaukee, and that's waved off.
Now both teams respond right away. Great left foot by Roque as Diaz was leaning towards the middle of the goal, and Roque took advantage short side.
Looks like the foul will be on Matos, or the blue card on Matos. So that, of course, is waved off with the goal, so he does not have to serve that, but is awarded that penalty.
Our 4th unassisted goal of the game. Well, both blast goals have been off of steals from Milwaukee, and both wave goals have been off of just great plays off the boards.
Well, 1 restart and 1 deflection, yeah.
Yeah. Well, no, I mean, the first one by Bennett was just off of his shot by the blast. And then the second one was just a great play inside by Milwaukee to keep it alive. And then just a rocket by Matos.
Here comes William up to midfield. Not pressured at all.
Goes by everyone. And finally Donatelli will settle. Here's Jamie Thomas. Thomas hasn't seen much action here in the first half. Ball mishit. And foul called here. I believe this is on Shimale. Oh, no, on the blast.
Called on Thomas
there.
On
Thomas on Shimale, so it'll be a free kick for Milwaukee.
Pushing foul on the blast, number 17, Jamie Thomas. Free kick, Milwaukee.
Dos Santos wins the ball and gets fouled.
There's ones where he got a flat tire, stepped on the back on the Achilles.
Nelson got him from behind. Now, this has lived up to the billing tonight. Great game here, first half, tied at 2.
We're waiting for the blast.
Now, Thomas was coming off, and Healy misread that.
The blast real lucky there as Roque was coming on and just did a really good job of paying attention and avoiding that. As the blast could have easily picked up a penalty there.
No chance here for Milwaukee. Good touch by Renault away from the keeper. It's a real good play by Renault, really good player. Shimale now.
So I'm watching this game and I think about the fact that, we played Kansas City, we know what kind of team they are, and we saw Cedar Rapids and how good they are. It's ridiculous. One of those 3 teams is not going to be in the playoffs.
Renault with a little nifty back heel, but Vanzella read that play.
It's a great thing for the league that the quality is that good that this is happening, but still a shame a team that good not going to have a chance to play for the Cup.
Good clear by Diaz and a foul here on Renault. Healy takes exception.
That's just there's no need for that to get underneath there and kill somebody. That's just asking to get somebody hurt. You know it's going to be called every time, and you don't gain any advantage there except potentially hurting somebody. Pat's been doing this too long to have somebody hurt him like that for no reason.
Slick play by Vanzella off the boards. They try again for Coltabiano, but that's intercepted.
Bad luck as it just hit a piece of the board that didn't chip down as far as he wanted it to.
Oh, Dos Santos gets nutmegged, but Elton right there to recover. Blast settle. De Oliveira for Gaetan Coltabiano. Here's Mello. Dos Santos plays back for Vanzella, who will run things from his own end.
He's going to push up all the way close to half field. They're not touching him at all. They're letting him get that distribution every time.
Okay, battles Ruggles along the boards. Foul on Drew Ruggles. Free kick for the Blast. Walk the wall off, and it'll give the Blast a chance to set up.
Milwaukee's number 16, Drew Ruggles, free kick blast.
And Blast content to try and possess. Elton into the corner. That's taken away. Got to be a foul here on Elton. Absolutely. Elton grabbed Ian Bennett and took him to the floor.
Elton says dive. Bennett says no way. The referee agrees with Bennett.
There's no doubt that was a foul. Dos Santos wins the battle with Tosh. Looks for Roque, but Milwaukee in good defensive shape there. Ruggles and Rampa all over that. 2:40 left in the first half, tied at 2. Diaz with the giveaway. Elton drives it into the Milwaukee end. Why not? You know, if you're going to give it to you, just chip it down the other way and see if it can get it into the goal.
If that had been on goal, it would have probably been a goal, as you saw Diaz struggling to play it there. So not a bad thought at all. Why not?
Much better pass by Diaz here. But Healy recovers nicely. Pereira, Roque, sends away Donatelli. Tony, run down by Bennett. Ian Bennett using that speed defensively there, and a foul called. Foul called where?
I think they're calling the delayed foul.
Delayed foul? Yeah, way back.
Okay, but then there was another foul further up. I guess I would have thought they would have taken the foul and the stoppage, not the delayed foul further back. But either way, the Blast had possession.
Not that much of a difference. I mean, you're still talking about the midfield regardless.
Yep.
Milwaukee's number 15, Henry Nelson, free kick blast.
Only difference, Nelson picks up the foul and not Bennett, who took Donatelli to the turf. So Raley and Vanzella will make Nelson chase.
And William again, free distribution from midfield. Puts in the same spot in the corner.
A little miscommunication there for the Blast. 2 players in the same spot, and now it gives Milwaukee a chance to break out. Matos gets fouled by Dos Santos.
That was not in English, so I didn't understand that exchange, but the two of them unhappy with
that was not English? That was what, not, Portuguese?
Unfortunately, I'm not sophisticated enough to be able to tell you. But
luckily for them, probably the officials aren't either.
Well, and I'll tell you, I know a fair amount of Spanish swear words, so I'm fairly certain it wasn't in Spanish. Looking at the tone of that conversation, I would imagine I would have heard 1 or 2 curse words there.
I think, actually, probably asking Adriano if he was going to the Embassy Suites after the games, huh?
Talking about the bacon in the morning.
That's right. Shimale, good step in there for the Wave. Dos Santos up ahead. 25 seconds left. Hughes for Donatelli, maybe one last chance here for the Blast.
Hughes is going to sub out. Pereira is going to come on for instant speed.
Juwan has it, far side. Dos Santos, 10 seconds. Really? Pereira winds up and shoots, and Diaz was up to the challenge at the end of the quarter. And that will do it, as Juwan Pereira got one last unload, and he blistered this one for the corner, but Diaz said no. And we head to the half, tied at 2.
Every day, all across Maryland, we help employers keep workers safe from accidents and injuries. We're Chesapeake Employers Insurance Company, formerly IWIF. At Chesapeake Employers, workers' compensation insurance and workplace safety have been our mission and passion for nearly 100 years, and will be for 100 more. We help protect Maryland workers because
at the end of every workday, someone's waiting for your safe return.
Connect with your local agent or visit us online.
What's in a name? If you're looking for tires, Mr. Sushi won't help. The only name to trust is Mr. Tire. Because at Mr. Tire, everything is included for one low price. Save on an oil change, too. Get to Mr. Tire today.
From Times Square to your local community, from local sports to international conventions, Invicta has changed the broadcast and video landscape, bringing professional quality and service to organizations across the globe. Through professional, college level, and local sports, festivals, competitions, parades, and telethons, conferences, and commercials, Invicta is bringing the power of video to more people and markets than ever before. Have a project you need covered? Check out our website for more information. Invicta, providing affordable HD video solutions.
First of all, ladies and gentlemen, shots on goal tonight's second quarter. Milwaukee 4 for a halftime total of 9. The Blast 6 for a halftime total of 8. Right now, we're getting set for our Mr. Tire kicking contest. We've got 2 contestants down here tonight. They're each going to get a couple of shots to go home tonight with a Mr. Tire gift certificate. Now, we've got a couple of Steves down here tonight. Let's introduce yourself, Steve. Steven number 1. Steve? What's your last name?
This is Steve Kaufman from Federal Hill.
Steve Kaufman from Federal Hill. And Steve?
Stephen Brown from Pigtown.
From Pigtown. All right. All right, we got Steve versus Steve. Now, here's the rules, guys. You put it through the big tire, you go home with a $25 gift certificate. Put it through the middle tire. Actually, the tire that's in the middle, you get a $50 gift certificate, and if you get it through the smallest tire there on the left, you go home with a $100 gift certificate, courtesy of our friends and great sponsors from Mr. Tire. All right, Federal Hill, Steve, you're up first. How many shots are we giving them tonight? 3 shots, guys. All right, Steve. Tee it up. The large tire, $25. The medium tire, $50. The small tire, $100. Good try, Steve. Shot number 1 just goes wide right of the small tire. Steve from Federal Hill trying to go home tonight. He's got it! Steve from Federal Hill just won himself a $100. You still got one more shot, Steve. A $100 gift certificate, courtesy of our great sponsors from Mr. Tire. All right, let's get behind Steve. One more time, Steve. Put it through that small one. Go home with $200 tonight. Oh! Having a nice round of applause from Steve from Federal Hill. Our Mr. Tire winner tonight, a $100 gift certificate, courtesy of Mr. Tire. And now, here comes Steve, number 2, from Pigtown. Shot 1. Ooh, good shot, just high. Puts it through the large tire, $25. The medium tire, $50. The small tire, $100. Good try, Steve. You've got one more shot. Let's get behind him, fans. Steve from Pigtown, our Mr. Tire. There's a winner! Both Steves go home tonight with $100 gift certificates, courtesy of our great sponsors from Mr. Tire. Let's give it up for the Steves. Right now, ladies and gentlemen, we direct your attention to the midfield area. Please welcome from Catholic High School, the Dance. You're not from Catholic High School. I'm sorry, ladies. The Dance Connection.
Cause y'all didn't have no kids, didn't share no music.
How about a nice round of applause for Dance Explosion? And now, ladies and gentlemen, we direct your attention to the midfield area once again. Please welcome the Catholic High School Dance Team.
Don't stop, don't stop, drop that, don't stop. Put you twerking, bounce that work, bounce, put you twerking, bounce, put you twerking,
Thinking out loud, I must have $250,000 on me right now. Want to make a song about something other than the money. Talk about it, talking bloody, staying bloody, pretty women, now you're here, now you're here, now you're here, now you're here, pretty women, now you're here, now you're here, now you're here, now you're here right now.
Nothing can stop me, I'm all the way.
I go on and on, can't understand how I last so long. I must have the superpowers, last 223,000 hours in it. Hey, 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 and I feel it taking over. I better find your loving, I better find your heart, I better find your loving, I better find your heart, I better find your loving, I better find your heart, I bet if I give up.
Switchy, that won't make me go, let go. Put your right hand up, put your left hand up, put your right hand up, put your left hand up, put your right hand up, put your left hand up, put your right hand up. Yeah, man, it's and they need some really big rings. They need some really nice things. Better be coming with no strings. Better be coming with no strings. We need some really nice things. We need some really big rings. I got a really big team, man. What a time. Thinking out loud, thinking out loud. 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 Thinking out loud, thinking out loud.
How about a nice round of applause for the Catholic High School Dance Team? All right. I don't know what's going on here. What do we have here? And who's in this truck coming on the field? I think you recognize this guy. It's Jack Antwerpen from Antwerpen Motors. Jack says yes to every deal, and he's here tonight for our celebrity kick contest. Jack's going to be taking on, I believe it's Paul. Who do we have taking on Jack tonight? All right, Jack's got something in his... That's Jack Antwerpen. He says yes to every deal. Antwerpen Motors, Antwerpen Toyota. Go on down and see Jack. Get yourself a new vehicle. He says yes to every deal. And tonight, he's saying yes to this kickoff. And we're going to have a little contest here. We're going to get Jack out of this brand new vehicle. A nice Toyota Tundra. Jack and Don. Yeah, we're going to bring the kid out, Jack. That's who's taking on Jack tonight. What's your name, young man?
Eamon Welsh.
Eamon? All right, Eamon, come on down. You're with Jack. Don's here. Also, he's going to help us out. And I'm going to pass the mic over to Don right now. Tell us a little bit about what's happening here tonight.
What's going on, Baltimore? Woo! We're here for a charity tonight. We're going to donate 100 tickets to our local Howard County charity for children, special needs, and camps for the summertime. So, Demon's going to kick the goal. Jack's going to cheer him on. But I think we need a little motivation here. How about a little? Jack says yes. Jack says yes. Jack says yes. All right, ready whenever you are.
All right, Eamon. You know, it's too easy with this guy. Jack says yes to everything, right? While he just said yes to going in and being a netminder. All right, Eamon, let's see you take on Jack Antwerpen. Here comes his first shot. Oh! Jack didn't say yes to that one. That's a goal. All right, Jack trying to stop this shot. Eamon trying to win some tickets. Woo! 2 in a row. All right, Jack. Let's have a little effort over there now. All right, Eamon, take it easy on him. Shot and a goal. All right, we're going to pass it over to Don. Don, take it away.
You know, Eamon was a winner tonight. We want everybody in the crowd to be a winner tonight. So everybody pull out their tickets. Everybody ready? You bring your ticket to Antwerpen Toyota. We'll give you an extra 500 hours off any new or used car for the month of February. Any internet price, any buy and service price, you bring it in, we'll give you an extra 500 hours. Thank you.
Thank you, Don, and thank Jack. Let's give it up for Antwerpen Motors, Jack Antwerpen, and Don. And that beautiful Toyota Tundra. Go down and see Jack at Antwerpen Motors. Well, he says yes to every deal.
Coming out of the locker room, Milwaukee on the field warming up. So get ready to play here in the second half. Very entertaining first half of soccer here at the Royal Farms Arena. There was no scoring in the first quarter, but plenty of action, and both goalkeepers played well in that first quarter. And then each team tallied twice in that second quarter.
This game could be 4-4, 4-2 either way, as both goaltenders have had two exceptional saves each. And this has been a fun one, no doubt about it, Paul.
Here we go. The first half highlights. Good touch by Renault. That was a save by Vanzella in the first quarter. Then Dos Santos returns the favor, and Diaz up to the task for Milwaukee. And then again, the wave coming out of the corner, and it's again Renault who's denied by Vanzella. And then Andrew Hoxie with a great steal. And he puts that one with the left foot to give the Blast a 1-0 lead. Milwaukee come right back. Ian Bennett on the transition goal. Off of Vanzella, off of Pat Healy into the back of the net to give Milwaukee a goal and make it 1-1. And then there's the foul on Pereira. 2 minutes on Juwan. And the ensuing power play, just a great strike from the yellow line by Matos, who put it into the back of the net to make it 2-1, but the Blast would answer. Lucas Roque with the left-footed blast into the corner of the net, tied it at 2, and then right before the second quarter ended, Pereira with a drive and Diaz with the save. There's your Netacom highlights for your first half, and we're tied at 2 as we head into quarter number 3.
Wow, that was fun. Crowd here tonight. We're waiting to hear the final attendance numbers, but will be well over 9,000 tonight. They're getting fired up, seeing great soccer, both end-to-end action, goaltenders, offense. This has been a fun one, and here we are now back to basically 0-0. And the second half, huge for both teams. Blast, as we talked about, playing for the psychology, trying to get that champions mentality back, and also still in a playoff hunt. And then for Milwaukee, every game is critical. They have 3 games left. They're tied with Cedar Rapids and just right behind Milwaukee, and one of those 3 teams will not be in the playoffs.
Wave outshot the Blast in that first half, 9-8. Rafael Diaz, the backup goalkeeper for Milwaukee, played extremely well. Vanzella pokes at restart away, and the Blast try to clear. And they do momentarily, but the Wave bang it back into the Baltimore end. With awareness by Vanzella to jump on that play.
Does he get a save there?
No.
There's an interception, but it was a beautiful save.
No, not on goal. It wasn't on goal. Dantas. And now Pereira will set things up for the Blast. Dos Santos off the bench.
And Paul, MedStart Sports Medicine is the official medical team of the Baltimore Blast. Trust the sports medicine trained doctors, physical therapists, and certified athletic trainers of the largest sports health program in the area. MedStar Sports Medicine. Call 888-44-SPORT or visit medstartsportsmed.org.
Tatas called for the pushing foul on the far board, so Milwaukee gets the free kick.
And for 50 years, Rosedale Roofing has proudly served the Baltimore region, making a big impact in our community. Honesty and service is what you can expect every time with Rosedale Roofing. Visit us online at rosedaleroofing.com today.
Sean Tosh with a blistering shot from the far wing. And Vanzella was able to make that play. Hughes, Roque, blocked by Ruggles. Neat play there defensively, but Blast able to cover up. Dos Santos gathers it in for Baltimore. Here's Mello.
Really
now,
like
Roque. Diaz cleans up the rebound. Looks like Roque a little bit shaken up.
And Rampa divided there in the corner. Jogging it off now. Looks like it's just a collision.
Looks like he got tangled up with Rampa down there. Diaz to the far corner. Now Vandegrift. Pressured by Hughes, and Milwaukee changes. Renault. side for Chad Vandegrift.
Well, we talked about it earlier in the intro to tonight's game. Milwaukee played a game last night. Game went down to the end. It was a one-goal game right until the end. It finished a two-goal game. 6-10. That's a handball. That'll be a blue card on William Vanzella. That's the right call.
Oh, no. Healy ran off Nelson. He ran him off the ball. Healy wanted a foul call in the corner, and instead they let the play go on, and Vanzella is called for the handball outside the box.
And they'll call a penalty shot. And it'll be a shootout. It will be a shootout. So Vinny Dantes is going to come off and serve the penalty for the blast, and now it will be a shootout. Looks like Rampa or Ferdinand. Max Ferdinand is going to take the shot. As we've seen several times now, the way this works, the blast will be inside the center circle. The wave will be outside that circle. As soon as the whistle blows, the teams are able to run on. Not until the whistle is blown, and at that point, they can go.
I don't think. Are you allowed to change personnel though? The ball never went out of play.
No, both teams both teams had players on and off.
I don't think so. I think the Blast were going to, but.
And both Pat Healy and Vinny Dantas making sure, because we saw early in the season this game as Dos Santos tried to sneak over. But Pat Healy and trying to make the point here that the Milwaukee Wave earlier in the season ran down and were halfway through and actually at the yellow line when the ball was touched.
Well,
not allowed to leave.
You can't leave till the whistle blows. Correct. And again, Ian Bennett's already across the line. I mean, he's already cheating. Ferdinand walks over, and Vanzella makes the save. Williams fired up about that. Well, Max just never pulled the trigger. He got all the way in, just never pulled the trigger.
Well, now the Blast have to do the difficult part, which is kill off the penalty.
Well, no, Andrew, the difficult part is stopping the shootout. You know, I'll take my chances 5-on-4, pretty better than 1-on-1 against the keeper. But Vanzella was up to the challenge there. Milwaukee already has cashed in this game on the power play. Matos with an absolute bomb to score on the Milwaukee power play in the first half.
Milwaukee didn't
here, and ball crushed into the stands.
Milwaukee didn't do a great job on the first power play, as they didn't get a lot of possession, and that shot kind of saved them. It was a beautiful shot that gave them the goal there, and the Blast now trying to kill the power play and would be very happy with the offensive possessions they had in the first power play.
There's a replay on that save on Ferdinand by Vanzella. And I believe it was Ian Bennett who smoked it up into the stands. 1:15 left on the power play as Vanzella will distribute.
Flicked on by Dos Santos there.
Matos, Tosh.
There we go.
Steal here by Mello, but his header up ahead was run down. Good pressure by the Blast. Ferdinand, Bennett, Tosh, Matos. And who is that far side, Andrew?
Hard to see down in that corner.
No, right in front of you.
Oh, Ricardinho.
That's Cabrera. Matos. Cabrera back for Matos. 25 left in the power play.
Cabrera is wearing a jersey with Ricardinho on the back of it.
That's his first name.
Okay.
All right. Ball parried over the glass by Vanzella.
He will come off, huh?
Drew Ruggles on for Milwaukee. 18 seconds left on the power play. This will be a corner kick for the Wave. Such a dangerous spot here. Ruggles square on the target, and Vanzella with the save. Donatelli able to shoot off Ruggles. Donatelli shoots. Save by Diaz. It was close to that corner Here's Diaz again. And now Tosh and Bennett together. Really, Milwaukee struggling right now with their spacing. Finally, Milwaukee moves it out of their own end. Shamale. Good return pass for Ferdinand. Max cuts to the middle. Quick one touch inside. That's kicked away.
Backspin here is going to be weird. Whoa. Call to be honest, spilled by Vandergriff.
The referee waved his hand.
He blew the whistle and then I guess waved it off, called it an inadvertent whistle, but didn't stop the play.
Looked like he was waving his hand saying no foul.
Well, he accidentally blew the whistle. I might have been saying...
Another giveaway by Diaz. And Dos Santos had him out of goal, but really not a good shooting area for Dos Santos with a couple wave players in his way. And instead, Dos Santos opted for possession.
And he did have a chance and an option with Melo making a run in the middle. Didn't see him there either.
Here's Melo. Good ball for Dos Santos. Adriano keeps it alive, and ball deflects into the box, and Diaz right there to run it down. Diaz gives it away again. Chance for the blast. Pereira. Juwan shoots and scores! Juwan Pereira puts the blast on top.
Well, he went high, went real high there on the shot, and he put it in the only place he could get it, buried it in the top of the net. Beautiful job. Look, William Van Zella not using the opportunity to celebrate with his teammates over having a civil conversation with the officials here. So he's not letting that one go.
Yeah, he's still jawing. There's the finish by Juwan as he put it upper 90 on Diaz. So Diaz's giveaways finally come back to haunt him as it was one turnover too many, and the Blast are back on top. Here's the replay with the right foot. Upper 90 on Diaz. Lucas Roque with the assist. 6:20. 3-2 Blast. So for the most part tonight, Milwaukee has handled the Blast pressure, but they've gotten a turnover chip-in goal from Hoxie off the pressure, and that goal there from Pereira off the turnover by Diaz. Ball loose, and Renault just misses the far post for the Wave. Quick touch inside. That's knocked away by the Blast. Wave keep it alive. Andre Hain, he's been quiet tonight. He shoots a rocket in, and Healy blocks that, and Van Zella picks up the change.
Could have been the second deflection goal off of William back and Pat Healy there. It's the two of them close on the goal line, and lucky break for the Blast as that ball bounced right into Williams' hands.
Good ball movement by the Blast into the Milwaukee end. Here's Hoxie. Has some space. Drops it off. Ball blocked away and into the box by Elton. And Diaz able to corral that one. Here's Ruggles. Milwaukee, again, trouble with their spacing. And, you know, we talked about the 2-and-2. Obviously takes a toll when you have to play back-to-back games. Roque runs, or Caltabiano runs on, and it's taken away by the Wave. And Tenzin Rampa now for Milwaukee. Nelson splits the double team. Here's Hoxie. And Melo battles and draws the foul. Free kick for the Blast.
Could be on Ricardinho.
Here's William. Shoots it for Dantas. Dumps it into the corner. Rampa clears, but gives it away. Good win by the Wave. Cabrera, stolen away. Chance for Dantas. Vinny shoots. Diaz, good positional save.
Bad luck for Vinny Dantas as his right foot kind of knocked that a little bit, and he couldn't get the power he wanted to with his left, as it kind of, his feet were a little too close together, and he just touched that ball there. Otherwise, probably would have been a finish for the Blast.
Tosh, nice run off the bench. See the ball from his keeper. It goes through the goal mouth. Ferdinand far side. Max will back it out. Donatelli forces his hand. And now the Wave will possess. Shamale. Back onto the foot of Ferdinand. So good battle here, Ferdinand and Donatelli.
Yellow card has expired, so the next stoppage. Nelson will be able to run
Santana will come. We haven't seen much of Nelson, though, have we, tonight?
No, he really hasn't played much today. He was out the last game and getting on, but it could definitely be a fresh set of legs and a veteran presence the Blast could put on in the fourth here in a close game.
Shamale knocks a Blast player to the floor. Is that Dantas that's down?
Vinny
Play
is
on.
down.
Here's a chance for the Blast 2-on-1. In front, shot to go! Gaetan Coltobiano, and the Blast are up 2. Give the assist to Elton. Dantas is injured. The play went on, and a 2-on-none, really, on Diaz, and Coltobiano puts it into the back of the nets.
A lot of patience there to set up that run, give time for Caltabiano to get down there and get buried. See, goes down in the corner. Instead of using the boards there, straight pass to Caltabiano. Nice finish as he puts it in the back of the net and gives the Blast a 2-goal lead. We have an officials timeout down on the field with 5 minutes and 6 seconds left in the third quarter. The Blast leading the Wave 4-2, and that gives us a chance to talk about some of our great sponsors. Buffalo Wild Wings. Eat wings and raise funds. Stop by your local Buffalo Wild Wings to schedule your fundraiser today. Wings, beers, sports, you have to be here. And Blast Soccer brought to you by Henderson Webb, the official.
Mello. Ferdinand runs it down, and Diaz controls. Pereira clears the zone. Roque. Mello. Mello turns for Roque. Chance for the Blast here. Pereira for Mello. Mello down the boards. Here's Roque. Good play by Ruggles. Roque keeps it alive. Mello with the follow. And a foul called here on Ruggles as he goes hard into the boards.
And Roque is down on the boards on the near side from the original fouls. He's holding his ear. Might have some blood on the face there.
Yeah, possibly a head injury as he got knocked into the boards.
And the trainer made the decision to come on, so he's got to come off.
If we see the replay, you can see the blood on his ear, or it's just really red. And you can see the replay. I think Lucas went down and tried to slide tackle to save the ball and save the possession for the Blast.
It could have easily been called a foul there on Ruggles as he shoved him into the boards on that slide. But then afterwards, that wasn't called, and then the play continued, and then the foul called here on the ball. So,
well, wait a minute. Are they calling a foul or not? So Roque's going to have to come off.
I'm not sure. Nobody seems happy with either. Both teams are arguing.
I don't think really anybody knows what's going on right now. Are we going to have a drop ball? Here's the replay. And
so they're going to call that they're going to call that they stopped the play for the injury.
Oh, Ruggles. Wow.
Yeah.
That was a lot more fierce than I thought it was.
Yes, it was. So they're not going to call.
Ruggles took the forearm and put Roque into the boards.
So what's going to happen now is they're going to say that there was an injury, and then so they're going to ask Milwaukee to send possession back to the Blast down on their own end there. As they didn't call a penalty, they called or a foul rather. They called a.
Well, here's a nightmare for the Blast, a turnover, as no one could play the ball properly, and finally Vanzella just chips it out of his own end. Ball chested well in by Ferdinand, and now Milwaukee will possess with under 4 to play, third quarter. Ferdinand tries to go around Melo, and they say play on. Pereira for Healy. Healy, good ball inside the Milwaukee end for Donatelli. Oh, nice defensive play there by Matos. But the Blast able to clamp down and win the possession. Healy, good ball for Hoxie. Andrews got room, turns. Oh, Ruggles with a nice defensive effort there on Hoxie for the Blast.
And Brad Healy and Ruggles got into it there. 2 open-chested shoves on each other as they went on. Healy went and made a run towards the goaltender. Ruggles disapproved, both of them shoving each other after that play was over.
Diaz well out of his box. Renault plays it back. Shamale.
Interesting is Diaz is staying up here, well above yellow line, even though not playing the ball.
The ball ricochets into the Blast end, and Vanzella just clears the zone. Both goals this quarter scored by the Blast. Vandergrift goes far side. Cabrera. And now Vandergrift has it back. Ferdinand. Or check that, that's Nelson. My apologies. Errant pass there. Blast keep it for a second, and now Milwaukee turns it over. And the Blast will try and come out of the defensive end. Good ball for Dantas. Vandergrift with the header. Blast settle. Good work by Hughes. Under 2 to play, third quarter. Here's Donatelli. Tony's been quiet tonight. I guess the bigger statement by Donatelli has been the work he's done marking Ferdinand on the defensive end. Elton for Dos Santos.
Santos got some room on the side if he can beat his defender. That's a size mismatch there as Dos Santos and Ricardinho. That's not really a fair matchup for Ricardinho if they're going to get one-on-one like that. He might have Dos Santos in speed, but physically, Dos Santos a much bigger man.
Quick change for the Blast. Here's Dantas back on the floor. Looks like Vinny's okay. Elton gives it away, 3-on-2. Caltabiano wanted to change. Elton tried to feed it to him as he was headed to the bench. See if the Wave can capitalize on the mistake. Caltabiano's out on the floor. He needs a change. Here comes Diaz now. Well into the Blast end. Diaz shoots. That's deflected wide. Caltabiano runs it down. Gaetan, good work there. Here's Dantas. And Vinny just clears the zone. It goes off the boards and out of play. So a kick in for Milwaukee with 20 seconds left.
Hit the fourth official on the chest.
Ten seconds. Rampa. Tosh. Blocked. Pereira can't run it down. 2 seconds. 1 second. And that's going to do it here for the third quarter of play. It's all Blast in quarter number 3. Pereira and Caltabiano score goals, and the Blast after 3 lead Milwaukee by a score of 4-2.
Baseball and my family seem to go hand in hand, seem natural. It seems to be built into everything I do. I'm hardwired into MedStar Sports Medicine the same way. I pick up the phone, I call them, I go. They're the sports medicine experts. I trust them.
Right now, ladies and gentlemen, we direct your attention to the midfield area. They're the most beautiful and the most talented girls in the MASL. Please welcome your Baltimore Blast cheerleaders. Let's hear it for your Baltimore Blast cheerleaders. Shots on goal in tonight's third quarter. Milwaukee 9 and the Blast 4. Once again, shots on goal in tonight's third quarter. Milwaukee 9 and the Blast 4.
9 shots.
18-12 for the game then, huh?
Welcome back to Baltimore Royal Farms Arena. Paul Mittermeier, Andrew Primrose with you tonight. Blast lead it after 3, 4-2. Blast scored the only 2 goals of the third quarter, but Milwaukee outshot the Blast 9-4 in that third quarter.
We were talking about that as that stats announced here in the arena on the great stats crew that works for the Blast and a fantastic job there. That certainly didn't feel like a quarter where a team had 9 shots in it.
Well, the Blast definitely took advantage of their opportunities. They weren't very many in that third quarter, but when they did have them, they scored. Pereira with the goal. And then the 2-on-none as the defense broke down for Milwaukee. And Elton De Oliveira found Gaetan Caltabiano for a layup to make it 4-2. Here's Pereira now. He'll start things in the fourth quarter for the Blast. Pereira, Dos Santos, Roque, Donatelli, and Elton. Here's Dos Santos with a drive. That was blocked in front by the Wave. Second time Dos Santos has had a chance off the volley near the box tonight.
Well, we talked about the Blast scoring in the third quarter, but we also didn't mention the fact that they did kill off a penalty. Did a fantastic job there as they've had 2 penalties.
Killed off a penalty. Vanzella saved a shootout opportunity by Max Ferdinand. And you look at the score sheet right now as we head to the fourth quarter, and Max Ferdinand nowhere to be found.
Lead leader in assists hasn't picked on up tonight.
And interesting enough, too, the leading assist man for Baltimore has been quiet tonight, too. It has to be a dangerous play.
Are they going to call it on Melo?
Are they going to say it went off of Melo's head?
No, they called the foul on Melo.
No. They're going to say that ball went off of Melo into the crowd. That was not a foul. I'm not sure I agree with that call. I thought that was a dangerous play, if anything, on the Wave. There's a shot by Hain. Hain has been quiet tonight. Good work by Healy in his own end.
Pressure from Hughes.
Vandergriff back for his keeper. Turnover. Diaz. Here's Renault. Good touch here. And shot into the crowd.
Still continuing to see the level we're seeing from Hughes here. It's a great hustle play by him to keep that pressure down on the goalie. Forces the contested pass. Mello able to take possession there. The Blast didn't get a scoring opportunity off there, but nice hustle play to get possession in the offensive end and get a 2-on-1.
Vanzella lays it down for Dos Santos. Hoxie works on Vandergriff. Now Diaz helps. Rayleigh can't win it. And Coltabiano battles, but Ferdinand comes out with it. Here's Max. Chance into the Blast end, but Donatelli knocks that one away. Some more good work by Donatelli on the defensive end against Ferdinand.
You mentioned it earlier. He hasn't picked up an assist tonight as a leading assist getter for the Blast, but done a fantastic job shutting down Max Ferdinand tonight.
Rayleigh clears the zone. Shamale plays it far side for Diaz.
A lot of minutes tonight for Caltabiano.
And Gaetan's playing well tonight. Talked about the players for Milwaukee that have stepped up. Renault, Matos. Tonight, we talked about what impact would Lucas Roque have on this game. Coming back, starting to get his legs back on this team, and Lucas a goal and assist tonight. Long lead pass by Rayleigh goes one hop over the boards, intended for Dos Santos, kicking for Milwaukee.
There were two players on the field there when the change and the ball went through inside the line there. That could have been called.
Ferdinand stood up by the Blast. Ruggles takes it back. Mello battles. And Shamale clears the zone. Ruggles pushed by Pereira. Stays with it though and keeps it alive. Tosh. Shamale off the boards. Thomas marks him.
Ruggles gotten into it a couple times tonight with some of his former teammates there. Bumping chest with Pereira. A shove earlier with Pat Healy.
Diaz well into the midfield. Healy clears. Dantas goes far side and into the scorer's table. Actually, the penalty box. The Milwaukee penalty box, and it'll be a kick in for the Wave.
Bad break there for the Blast. That ball been a little further over. Would have hit glass and carried on. Well, Paul, Blast fans, Care First Blue Cross and Blue Shield is committed to the health of our community and especially the health of our children. That's why Care First Blue Cross and Blue Shield is proud to sponsor Saves for Kids with the Baltimore Blast. For every save made by a Blast goalie this season, Care First will donate $20 to Big Brother, Big Sisters of the Chesapeake. The goal is to reach $20,000 by the end of the season. Thank you to Care First Blue Cross and Blue Shield for the Saves for Kid program. And, of course, that check presented tonight, $25,000 from Care First to the Big Brothers, Big Sisters of the Chesapeake. Blast Soccer also brought to you by the Embassy Suites by Hilton. Baltimore Inner Harbor is the official hotel of the Baltimore Blast. Connected to the Embassy Suites is Baltimore's sought-after venue, The Grand. Whether planning a corporate meeting or event, wedding, gala, or social event, contact us at 410-685-777 or online at thegrandbaltimore.com.
A great play by the Blast against the pressure. They find Donatelli, who finds Dos Santos in the box, and he rifles one right into the hands of Diaz for the save. And Andy, a lot happened while you were doing those liners. Diaz was well off his line. Thomas looked like he may have a shot on goal. He chose not to shoot instead and took the possession. And that led to a great Blast opportunity. And now the Blast again win possession. And the Blast right now trying to wear the Wave down. Ball through the box. No one home for the Blast. Good step through. And Coltabiano breaks Renault's stride. Still, though, Milwaukee 2-on-1. Shot saved by Vanzella. That was close.
That was a wonderful job by William. That's a great job by the officials, too, to recognize that. William ran out of his box, kept the ball in. He held the ball and froze it in the corner and then ran around the ball. That's a real heads-up play by William Vanzella.
Coltabiano that time kind of ran into him. But William did a nice job. Here's Pereira, stripped by Ferdinand. Now we'll see what Max can do. Run off by Hoxie, and Max tried to do a little bit too much that time. Maybe Max a little frustrated right now. Blast. Good ball movement in their own end. Rayleigh. Sealed off by Bennett. William plays it into the midfield, out of play off the carpet. Kick in for Milwaukee with 9 to play.
As you mentioned earlier with the rule, if that ball had carried straight out, it would have been the restart at the top of the arc, but because it hit the ground first, it's just played at the spot it went out of bounds.
Blast have been technically sound tonight. Have not given up a restart top of the arc yet.
Hughes might have had a chance there to continue to play that. As that ball bounced, he made a decision not to attack the goalie. That's one he might regret when he watches the film later.
We talked about this being a playoff atmosphere, and I tell you what, these two teams have not disappointed here tonight. Oh, great touch by Dos Santos, and Vandergriff knocks Rayleigh to the ground. Foul called.
Vandergriff questioning the masculinity of Rayleigh there. I think friendly, but not really positive.
Shamale called for the foul on Hughes.
Milwaukee's number 9, Daniel Shamala.
Manzella gives this one away. Oh, chance here for Bennett. Good recovery by Dos Santos. Bennett goes down, and foul will be called on Dos Santos. Ian Bennett, veteran move that time. Certainly not going to say that was not a foul. But Bennett embellished, and now a 5-minute misconduct for Dos Santos, and that's a huge mistake by Adriano because he's out now for most of the rest of the fourth quarter.
It'll be a timeout, Milwaukee. They're going to take a timeout here to think about this opportunity, and then for the Blast.
5 minutes for dissent.
That's a tough one to take there, as you said, Paul.
I'll tell you, every game before the game during his speech, head coach Danny Kelly talks about being smart, not allowing the distractions of the other team or the referees to affect your play. And we see right there, Adriano Dos Santos a little frustrated, but the bottom line is he's in the box now for 5 minutes with 8 minutes to go.
It's something that appears to be an issue with the game clock. I'm not real sure. The game clock here in the arena shows only 22 seconds left in the fourth, and the clock is running.
I think they've got the new feature with the new scoreboard, Andrew. They can use the time to run down the timeout.
Okay.
So when the clock hits 0, you'll have the time back. I know you're not used to this new technology and all.
That's lovely.
There you see the fans having a good time. Great crowd here tonight in Baltimore. There's the Buffalo Wild Wings fan of the game. All right, real good chance here for Milwaukee. Ferdinand will preside, 2-man wall. Mello and Dantas. Off the boards in front and cleared away over the foot of Ruggles. Diaz lofts it high into the Blast end. Healy with the header. Good touch by Dantas. Mello with the nice touch back for Dantas. Here comes Vinny through the midfield. Vinny with some time and room. Dantas shoots and scores! Vinny Dantas, coast to coast. And the Blast are up 5-2.
Vinny Dantas making the run there, driving down, and just not much you can do there as a goaltender in the Blast. That's a huge goal. 5-2. Dos Santos going to be out for almost half the fourth quarter. Great job by probably the best goal scorer in the Blast, taking the game into his hands and making it happen.
How about the assist by Jonathan Mello, who just cut it back into the middle of the field? And Dantas did the rest.
They're going to wave off. They had called the officials' timeout there. They're going to wave that off and give it on the timeout on the restart before. They're going to award that, so not a second timeout here.
Wow, there's the replay. And Dantas shows you why he is one of the rising young stars in the league. Elton kicks it out of play right near Andrew Primrose. Well, this Andrew, is reminiscent of last week's game in Milwaukee. Blast, had some possession time, couldn't get anything going, and every single time Milwaukee had a chance, they finished. And they finished quite well, by the way. And then we've seen that here tonight for the Blast. Blast were outshot 9-4 in that third quarter, but when they had chances, they knocked it home.
These are two evenly matched teams. This would be a fun playoff series. You see a home-and-home series between these two. These are two great teams that are evenly matched, and I think both times you've seen, close games up to that, and obviously the score didn't reflect that in the second game, but you also saw a team that was coming off the back end of a road game, and I think you're seeing that same thing here against Milwaukee.
Give away by the Wave, but the Blast give it right back. Under 7 now to play. Okay, seals off Reno in the defensive end. Here's Shamale. Works on Donatelli. That's blocked by Healy. Rebound, and that ball mishit into the crowd by Vandegrift. So William Vanzella with a goalkeeper distribution.
And we'll tell you about Advanced Radiology, the proud sponsor of the Baltimore Blast and the official medical imaging provider. When you need fast, accurate results, trust the team of experts at Advanced Radiology. Visit advancedradiology.com for a location near you. Lido Pizza is square because Lido Pizza never cuts corners. When the Blast win tonight, Lido Pizza will give you a free topping tomorrow. Just bring in your game ticket at any Lido Pizza in the Baltimore area. And finally, if you're looking to refinance or buy a home, call Fremont Mortgage. Your loan is handled here in Baltimore, not out of state. Don't make a 30-year mistake by choosing the wrong lender. Fremont Mortgage is proud to back the Blast. That's why their name is on the back of the Blast uniforms. When you're ready to buy or refinance your home, Fremont is ready to back you too. Call 1-800-955-8508 for a free analysis. Don't make a 30-year mistake by choosing the wrong lender.
Rampa called for the pushing foul on Hoxie, so a good restart opportunity here for the Blast. Blast up 3 with 6 minutes to play. And the challenge now for the Wave, and we've seen other teams battle this. The Blast are so good at possession time that it's tough to get good chances. And Elton with a drive just misses. Rayleigh works along the near boards with Shamale. Ball squirts free, and Milwaukee has it.
Real nice play by Shamale there as Rayleigh tried to go up and over the boards, and Shamale reacted real to pin that. Otherwise, he would have been in trouble.
Good read by Vanzella. A little tricky little back foot there.
A nice spin to keep it in play on the bounce.
Shamale.
It's hard to get past Andrew Hoxie in a situation like that. With as long as his legs are in open field like that, it's pretty hard to run around him. You really have to be quick to get as much space covered him because he can step over and gain 4 feet in a second.
Good read by Vanzella to recognize the ball was going to carry him off the boards. Distribution for Hughes. Foul called on Shamale. I believe a delayed call there. So a free kick for the Blast, 5:20 left, and you have to wonder the Blast's ability to possess. Does that change Giuliano Oliveros, the coach of the Wave? Does it change his philosophy as far as when he goes sixth attacker if they don't score in the next minute or two? Here's Thomas off the boards in front. It's still loose, and I think Ruggles blocked that one, and it's cleared. 5 minutes to play.
Chesapeake Employers Insurance is Maryland's largest writer for workers' compensation insurance. For a business coverage quote, connect with your local agent. And are you frustrated at work by slow computers or system crashes? If so, Netacom's computer network support team can help. Netacom provides flat rate service plans for businesses just like yours. Put Netacom on your team's roster. Check us out at netacom.com.
4:38 left. Milwaukee calls timeout. And I believe we might see the sixth attacker here.
There's the jersey pulled out.
You can't predict the market, but at T. Rowe Price, we can help guide your investments through good times and bad. For over 75 years, our clients have relied on us to bring our best thinking to their investments. So in a variety of market conditions, you can feel confident in our experience. Call a T. Rowe Price retirement specialist or your advisor to see how we can help make the most of your retirement savings. T. Rowe Price. Invest with confidence.
The steak and cheese footlong from Subway is now $6 for a limited time. It's a meat masterpiece, made with a mountain of steak free of artificial preservatives and flavors, and a heavenly blanket of cheese. Now, just $6.
We start to look at the player of the game and look for the Blast. If they hold on to win here, the player would be, and several candidates for there. And I would say probably a guy that's unsung is William Vanzella, giving up 2 goals and making at least 3 goal-saving saves, including a kick and then 2 beautiful saves in the play.
Well, yeah, Williams played well. I think Lucas Roque has played well. Goal and an assist. You know, if you're not looking at stats, Tony Donatelli has played well defensively. And I still look at the score sheet and don't see Max Ferdinand's name there. And that's a group effort by the Blast defensively to shut Ferdinand out here tonight so far. A lot of time left.
And, Paul, I can tell you that if we did get picked player of the game and we could pick a support of the game, we would say this crowd here tonight, we have that number, 9,722 fans in attendance for the Blast tonight.
There you go.
9,722. Obviously, it's been a long time since a indoor arena has hosted a crowd that big for an indoor soccer game.
Nice. 97-22 tonight for the Blast. All right, here we go. Milwaukee's 6th attacker. Under 4 now. Ball squirts away. Comes Blast, take advantage here, try to pressure. And he forced the wave back into the midfield. It'll take a few seconds for Milwaukee to reset. Shamale is wearing the 6th attacker jersey. Ferdinand marked by Thomas. Good turn down the boards, and that's blocked off the boards. Tosh keeps it alive, but his header goes off the boards and out. So a kick in for the Blast with 3:25 left, and Shamale comes off, and Diaz comes back on for Milwaukee.
Smart play by Milwaukee, even though they're in 6th attack, and recognize when they're defense.
No, Pereira called for the foul quickly. Diaz comes back off, and Shamale comes on. No, you can't do that.
You can't do that. That's got to be.
That should be a delayed game warning. There's 6 guys on the field right now for Milwaukee. Or 7 guys on the field, I should say. It has to be a substitution warning at least.
All right, so the 4th official saw it, recognized it, stop play. And it'll be a substitution warning.
That's a common mistake. Common mistake, though. I mean, you think about it, you're trying to switch as quickly as possible, and you're not thinking that the ball didn't go out of play. It just was a foul. And in case you're, again, watching for one of the first times, in MASL soccer, if the ball does not go out of play, you are not allowed to substitute on a foul situation. And that's what you saw Milwaukee try to do, get their goalkeeper back on the field there.
And now, because of that, also in addition to the substitution warning, which means it'll be a penalty in the next situation, Pereira has a chance.
A steal there by the Blast. And Healy plays it into the far side seats. So Milwaukee with a kick in under 3 to play.
And we'll see a stoppage as Dos Santos will be released from the box because it was a stoppage of play. So Dos Santos comes back on and Rail will run off.
Well, no harm done. Blast actually got a goal in the time that Dos Santos was in the box.
And he's fresh, too. Probably skipped at least 1 shift.
Oh, more than that. Blast continue to pressure in the midfield, forcing Milwaukee to waste some time here. Good steal. Good touch by Ferdinand and a foul call. That's a good foul by Healy. You certainly don't want to allow Ferdinand down the boards there. And the wave will be forced back into the midfield now. Matos. There's Shamale. And right on Vanzella. Vanzella will hold, take a timeout, and allow his players to rest.
And we'll take a timeout too here on the field as the Blast lead 5-2 in the fourth quarter.
All right, back here at Royal Farms Arena. 2:09 left in this one. Blast leading 5-2. Goalkeeper distribution coming up for William Van Zella. Blast can hold on here. They'll go 2-0 in their 4-game homestand here, with 2 games coming up in 2 weeks against the Syracuse Silver Knights.
Friday, Sunday, homestand for the Blast. Of course, February the 19th, Cancer Survivor Night, sponsored by the American Cancer Society. Be a great opportunity if you're a cancer survivor and you're in the Baltimore area. Free tickets to every cancer survivor. Get more information by contacting the Blast for that game or contacting your local American Cancer Society office.
Here's Thomas now with a chance. Thomas, Donatelli running with him. Thomas taken down. This will be a 2-minute penalty. This should be a penalty kick.
It will be.
Or a shootout, one or the other, as obviously Shamali was the last player to the goal for Thomas. And if the Blast can convert here, and even if they don't convert on the shootout or penalty kick, then they'll go on the power play. That should do it here with 1:36 left.
And it is a shootout. Shootout awarded. You see the signal there. So now they cannot
and then
change.
Why is Diaz in the goal?
Was Diaz out there on the goal? They have 2 goalies out there now.
No, he wasn't. Shamali goes to the box, but why does Diaz get to come out of off the bench? So do you want to score here, or do you want to just have the power play? I guess you want to score here, huh?
You always want to score the goal there. I mean, and just put it away, but
Donatelli save in the same situation we saw with Ferdinand.
Didn't pull the trigger.
Yeah. And again, I still don't. I'll have to ask Danny Kelly and David Bascom after the game. I just don't understand why Diaz was allowed to come off the bench there.
Yeah, Milwaukee substituted almost their entire starting 5 there on that, and I thought that was a point of emphasis that was explained by the officiating crew that was not allowed. But
well, and here we see it. The Blasters can hold the ball.
Why would they? Until Milwaukee's not going to do anything. Let as much time go as possible. Milwaukee finally starts to pressure.
Well, the Blast just playing some chase soccer. Just going to chase them around. A little one-touch. There's Dos Santos. Dantas tries to drag it through. Diaz makes the save, 30 seconds left. Bennett lets it go, and Donatelli runs it down. You see Van Zella firing up the crowd. And this is a hard-fought win for the Blast, no question about it. 2-2 at the half. All Blast here in the fourth quarter and the second half. Milwaukee had some chances in that third quarter, but the Blast scored the only 2 goals, and then the exclamation point by Dantas in the fourth. So the Blast avenged the loss in Milwaukee last week. Lucas Roque, a goal and an assist. Andrew Hoxie opened up the scoring for the Blast. Dantas and Coltabiano also with goals for Baltimore. Bennett and Matos, the goals for Milwaukee. Matos on the power play. And Andrew, how about that number? Blast hold Milwaukee to 2 shots on goal in that fourth quarter.
Interesting now is Danny Kelly going to make sure everybody goes around to the crowd and goes through.
There will be a postgame autograph session. It takes place up on the uppercut course. On the even side of the building. That's postgame autograph session at the uppercut course. The even side of the building.
Blast moved to 10-5 on the season. Milwaukee falls to 11-6 on the year. Blast still, regardless of what happens tonight, the Tropics and Silver Knights, or excuse me, Tropics and Heat are battling tonight as well. But regardless, the Blast stay 3 games up on whoever wins in the loss column in the Eastern Conference. Here's the save of the game for William Van Zella. Good back heel by Renault to get in position. Williams shut the door. And that's the Chesapeake Insurance save of the game. Let's head down to the field now with the player of the game, Lucas Roque.
Thank you guys. Down here with Lucas. And Lucas, before we talk about the game, let's talk about this crowd. 9,722 people here tonight. What was it like playing in front of that kind of crowd?
It's always great, man. I just want to thank every single of you that came down tonight to help us, to cheer for us. We really need it, and thank you all. This win is for you guys.
Very cool. Congratulations. So you guys played Milwaukee tonight. You had lost the first 2 times you played them. What mentally did you guys have to do tonight against this team to get over that hump?
They beat us twice, like you say. We had to come mentally ready. We know it was going to be a tough game, as always, and we needed to step up. Playoffs are coming, and we couldn't ask for a better game. It's a better opponent than Milwaukee because they came in a streak, if I'm not mistaken, and well-deserved it, but we stepped it up, and that's where we are about.
Lucas, you had the tally that tied the game. We're seeing it on the big board right now. Talk about the goal. You struck it pretty well there from top of the arc, huh?
Yeah. I had a little faith on my left foot. A lot of people don't think I can shoot with my left, but sometimes there, as you can see, it works pretty well.
Obviously, talk about the goal and assist, but when you look at the scoreboard, Milwaukee had 2 goals. I know that was an emphasis. Danny Kelly talked about how good they are offensively, and it was 5 guys behind the ball tonight, everybody on the defensive side, right?
Yeah, exactly what it is. They're a very good team, offensive, defensive too, but we had to, every ball we talk to each other, step up, everybody behind the ball, work for each other, and as a result, that we got a win.
Talk about the halftime speech from Danny Kelly. Tied at 2. You guys came out and really took advantage of your chances when we saw in that third quarter.
He fired us a lot. He was kind of mad, but he knew we could step up, and that's why he always asked what we can do. He wouldn't ask if he knew we wouldn't be able to do, so he's always asking for more, and that's why we always got to give him more.
All right, Lucas, I got to ask you about Vinny's goal because I know you appreciate that as a goal scorer, the amazing move that he made and the ability to finish off the dead run there in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, man, Vinny's a killer, man. Everybody knows that. One of the best top players in the league, so I couldn't expect more from him. I know he can do that and much more.
Lucas, congratulations on the win tonight.
Thank you, Lucas. Appreciate it.
There you go, Lucas Roque, as he shakes hands with Milwaukee and finishes his rounds with the fans here in Baltimore as the Blast come out with a 5-2 victory over Milwaukee. Here's that save again from Vanzella. Great play. Renault, as we talked about, playing so well right now for the Wave. And William Vanzella gives up just 2 goals tonight. He will lower his league-leading 3.33 goals against average as he gets the win here against Milwaukee. Blast win their first 2 of this 4-game homestand. See the highlights from tonight. There's that save against Vanzella. Saved by Diaz, who played well tonight as well. And then here's another great save on Renault by Vanzella. And here's that big play by Andrew Hoxie that got the Blast on the board. That made it a 1-0 game for the Blast. Ian Bennett, his only goal of the game here came off of Vanzella and Pat Healy into the back of the net to make it 1-1. And then you saw the foul on Juan Pereira there. Milwaukee goes on the power play. And Daniel Matos finishes there. And then we saw that Lucas Roque goal. Got Diaz leaning the wrong way. Roque buries it to top. In the second end of the first by Diaz. But then and then there make it 2-0. Gaetan Cultabiano with the left foot makes it 4-2 Blast. And then here's that last Vinny Dantas as he comes through the midfield and blisters the corner of the net to give the Blast the 5-2 win. So good win for the Blast here tonight against the Milwaukee Wave. Blast now have some division business to take care of as they play 2 straight, February 17th and February 19th against the Syracuse Silver Knights. That's a Friday, Sunday, back-to-back with Syracuse. As a matter of fact, the Blast play the next 3 games against Syracuse as they'll be at Syracuse on the 24th as well. So a big chance now for the Blast to win their last 2 games on this homestand and really put the Eastern Division in their back pocket. Tonight's win against Milwaukee, really a message to the rest of the league about making a statement as to getting wins against the rest of the league. Remember, the Blast came in here tonight against the Central Division at 0-4. So a big win here tonight against the Wave to make a statement there. And they indeed do get the win, 5-2 the final. That's going to do it here for us at the Royal Farms Arena. Thanks so much to my broadcast partner, Andrew Primrose. I'm Paul Mittermeier saying so long. Once again, our final, Blast 5 and Wave 2 here on MASL Soccer TV.